From Fox 13, the most powerful name in local news, this is Good Day Tampa Bay.
Charley Belcher hanging out in Ybor City this morning at the wonderful historic Columbia restaurant. Richard Gonzmart and his daughter Andrea Gonzmart joining us this morning. I talk about the present and the future, of which you're kind of the present too of the Columbia. But you ready to take over this restaurant and run this thing?
I don't think you can ever be ready, but you know, I just have to hope that the passion that my father has is instilled in me, and that it'll step up to the plate when I need it to.
I tell you what, though, you look at this. This is the newest cookbook from the Columbia restaurant. Is this in bookstores? Can you get this anywhere?
Sure, it's available in bookstores and online at Amazon, etc.
And here, of course.
Here.
But you look through this, and you look through some of these pictures, and you read some of these stories, and I don't want to put any extra pressure on you, Andrea, but it's kind of a big deal. You don't mess this up.
Yeah, no kidding.
But you know, tough times has been a part of this restaurant. I mean, gosh, you went through a depression, you went through a couple of world wars. Richard, how'd your family go through all that?
Charlie, that's why we did the book for the 100th anniversary. Each generation, every 25 years, it's amazing how you faced a challenge, a massive challenge. And this is what I wanted to leave as a legacy here for my daughter and our grandchildren. It's a passion, commitment. You think about the depression, the prohibition, when the restaurant started as a saloon and had to reinvent itself. And my generation, we faced major challenges. It's in the book, and people say, why would you write that? Because it's history, and we're here today succeeding and contributing to the communities.
And I know one thing, I think we've got some video. One thing everybody thinks of when they think of the Columbia is the flamenco dancers, and continuing that tradition to this day. I mean, it's just so rich in Tampa history. I love coming in, you have dinner and maybe some sangria and enjoy the flamenco dancers.
Oh, definitely. I mean, people, you know, say, oh, how many times, you know, do you all do it a week? We do it 6 nights a week, and people love it. And, you know, it's a very traditional Spanish dancing. I don't think you can see anywhere in this area.
And now you're 7 locations? From St. Armand Circle to St. Augustine and everywhere in between almost.
Yeah, and the greatest new addition is the Columbia Cafe at the Tampa Bay History Center on Channel Side. We replicated the original bar from 1905, and it's really neat.
That's awesome. Now, I want to remind everybody we were cooking up a couple things this morning, and that is our completed, tell me the name, I can't even pronounce it.
Arroz con pollo, or chicken and yellow rice.
Yeah, chicken and yellow rice, I can say.
Chicken and yellow rice, Ybor, whatever you want to call it.
And then this is what we cooked up first, which is the
filet salteado, which is the sauteed filet tips with chorizo, onions, green peppers, potatoes, mushrooms.
Look at that. And we got the Cuban bread here.
No meal is complete without the best Cuban bread made at La Segunda Central.
Oh, yeah? Is that where your bread comes from?
That's where it comes. They've been supplying this bread for 93 years, the same family.
For 93 years?
93 years. The same. How many family businesses could say they've been doing business for that long?
Not many, not many. All right, now one thing we want to talk about, and you teased us a little bit the other day telling us about this, is, and you talked about it, Richard, about if these walls could talk, and if we could just talk about some of the people who have come through these doors. Your next project that you want to do, Andrea, is put together a book that tells some of those stories. Yeah,
I mean, with all my father's wonderful stories and memories from the Columbia, it's more of not even these walls could talk, but if these tables could talk.
Yeah. So, and there's some big famous names that have come through here as well, right?
You know, I think one of the favorite stories is Joe DiMaggio, Marilyn Monroe. And when Marilyn went to the ladies' room and saw our ladies' room attendant, Lula Mae told him, and she was there for 40 minutes. And Joe wondered if she had left, and he had to send somebody after her. And Lula was like a psychologist to all the women of Tampa Bay. Great stories. You know, Babe Ruth was here. You know, all the great sports figures.
What Andrea said, JFK was here.
JFK was here, yes.
And she had mentioned that right after Marilyn. I said, was he here with Marilyn? No, different time.
Those are the stories that don't come out.
Yeah, that's great, too. Yeah, of all the meetings and all the lunch meetings, and can you imagine the business deals that have taken place within these walls?
You think of the families that celebrated the births, the engagements, the weddings. Right here is where my wife and my parents celebrated their weddings. And right here where you're sitting is where I met my wife when she was 14.
I love it. It's great. Thank you guys very much for sharing with us this morning. These recipes, myfoxtampabay.com. Get you a Columbia cookbook, do it yourself at home, or come here and let them do it for you.